Senator Padilla.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Want to begin by expressing my appreciation for EPA Administrator Zeldin's interest in one of my top EPA priorities, which is finally resolving the Tijuana River sewage crisis. For decades, communities in that part of Southern California have faced persistent, both environmental as well as public health impacts of untreated sewage that has flowed across the border. Now, during President Trump's first term, the late Senator Feinstein, as well as our House delegation from the San Diego region, worked to secure $300 million to expand a wastewater treatment plant in San Diego. And during the last couple of Congresses, we've worked together to secure another $300 million to complete the necessary upgrades. We recently invited Administrator Zeldin to tour the plant to see firsthand the challenges that we face. So I'd like to just begin by asking you, Ms. Kramer, how familiar you are with this issue, with the projects, because assuming you are confirmed, I'd look forward to working with you to bring this project to completion.
Absolutely. Thank you, Senator, for that question. During my first tenure at EPA under the first Trump administration, this is in fact one of the issues that I worked on, and so EPA had been appropriated that first amount of funding that you referenced, and I was involved in the consideration of the various projects that could be funded to ensure that this transboundary flow crisis, to be completely frank, raw sewage flowing anywhere in my mind is a crisis, comes to an end. And so while I left before those projects were finally selected, since I have returned in the senior advisor role, I've been brought back up to speed on exactly what's happening. And I think the challenges that we're seeing there, one, stems to ensuring that the infrastructure that is in place to ensure that these flows cease, but also to ensuring that there is communication, robust communication that allows for partnership that is required to ensure that operation and maintenance of those infrastructure investments takes place. And it's especially easy when it's in the U.S. And it's a little bit more challenging when we have infrastructure on the other side of the border that we need to be collaborating on.
So, well, that's music to my ears, your familiarity with it, your history with it, your commitment to it as a priority. And yes, collaboration is key, not just with partners south of the border, but even within the federal government. We've brought to bear U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the intricacies of the State Department's involvement here. So thank you for that. Next question is going to be for Mr. Nesvik. So I want to, first of all, thank you for your public service, both as wildlife manager in Wyoming as well as in the armed services. If confirmed, you'll be the latest in a long line of folks facing a steep learning curve on the contentious water issues in California, which require a large amount of careful attention and collaboration as well. In the Klamath Basin, for example, in the far northern part of the state, water scarcity challenges are efforts to support agriculture, restore fish populations, and improve water quality. At Lake Tahoe, invasive species and water quality concerns threaten the lake's clarity. In the Sacramento-San Joaquin Bay Delta, we're balancing the water needs of agriculture with the need to protect endangered species and adapt to our changing climate. And in Southern California, we face serious challenges like habitat loss and water scarcity, with the Salton Sea being a prime example of the need for federal and state cooperation. So each of these, let alone all taken together, are certainly tough, high-stakes issues that demand significant time, attention, and collaboration between federal and state governments, and a shared commitment to practical solutions. So I'm looking to responsible public servants to help inform the president and work with partners on the ground. And that, I guess, is my first question to you, Mr. Nesvik. If you're confirmed, are you willing to roll up your sleeves and listen to both career professionals at Fish and Wildlife Service, as well as experts within California's state agencies as you navigate these complex issues?
Yes, Senator, I appreciate that question. I know water is an extremely important issue for California. I know it's very complex. I come from a state that's a headwater state. In my entire career, I've dealt with water policy and the challenges and the contentiousness around water. In Wyoming, we say, whiskey's for drinking and water's for fighting, and it's true. So yes, I do commit to diving deep into this issue. I know it's really important to you and your constituents, and frankly, other states as well.
Right, no, we're interconnected by the Colorado River, and that speaks again to the need for federal, states, plural, collaboration. But on just the federal government side, want to make sure that you commit to working with the state of California, as well as the Bureau of Reclamation, NOAA, and other executive agencies to ensure that we're effectively making progress on California's water and wildlife challenges, and all the states for that matter.
Absolutely, Senator.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I do have a follow-up question we'll submit for the record, just tapping you. In response to a question from Senator Bozeman, you made mention of migration patterns. I know in Wyoming you've been working on, as we have in California, on the advancing wildlife corridors as an important strategy to maintain both development and wildlife populations. So look forward to working with you on that as well.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Sure.